Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Minister LaTasha. I want to welcome you guys to my channel and also welcome you guys to another video. I pray that this video encourages someone on today and blesses someone's heart. Um, I wanted to come from 1 Samuel chapter 3 today. So I'm coming from 1 Samuel chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 2. And it reads, one night Eli, whose eyes were becoming so weak that he could barely see, was lying down in his usual place. The lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord, where the ark of God was. Then the Lord called Samuel. Samuel answered, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." But Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." So he went and lay down, and again the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." "My son," Eli said, "I did not call. Go back and lie down." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord. The word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. The Lord called Samuel a third time. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. So Eli told Samuel, "Go and lie down. And if he calls you, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. The Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other times, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." So I wanted to speak to you guys on today on being chosen. You know, many are called, but few are chosen. And when God chooses you for a purpose, a lot of times we as people, we feel like we're not worthy to be chosen. We're not ready. Or sometimes we just don't understand why. Why I was chosen, why God. I remember I used to sit at home, and there was a couple of times when I was at work, and I would hear my name being called by familiar voices, but when I looked around, nobody was there. I remember one time I was at work, and I could hear my co-worker calling my name. It was like, "LaTasha, LaTasha." And then when I turned around, no one was there. And then I remember one time being at home laying down, and I heard my mom's voice very clearly calling my name. And then I sat up and looked around, and no one was there but me. And at the time, I didn't understand what that was. And I seek God about it. And a lot of times when you guys experience that, it is simply God calling you. It is simply God trying to get your attention, because maybe he's trying to tell you something, or maybe he wants you to ask him. Set aside time for him, so not only he can speak to you, but you can also speak to him, so he can reveal things to you that he wants you to know in that season. I know, growing up, I always had the gift of seeing. And at a young age, I never really understood my gifts. I would have vivid dreams. And the crazy thing about it is I have had dreams as a child that I still remember real clear today. And like I said, I grew up in church. And even growing up in the church as a child, I didn't understand my gifts. I didn't understand my gifts until I became grown. But just being a open book, because one thing about me is I'm very open about things, because I feel like people's lives is not only a testimony, but it's also a way to help people who's been through things they've been through, to help them to relate and to understand that if God brought this person through something, surely he can bring them through the same thing. So growing up, I did some things maybe I wasn't too proud of. And me looking for love in all the wrong places led me into being a mom at a young age, being a teen mom. And although I have had times in my life where I actually looked back and wished I could have done things differently, wished that I could have made better and wiser choices for myself, I had to understand that my life is a testimony and a story for me to show people that even though I made some decisions in my life, God still used my mess as a message. Um, I cannot go back and change my past. And to be honest with you, a lot of years I wished I could. I wasn't proud of being a young mom. I wasn't proud of a lot of decisions that I made. I wished I could have gone back and changed a lot of decisions that I made, but I couldn't and I can't. But in actuality, thinking back on it, if I wouldn't have been through some of the things that I've been through, if I hadn't made some of the choices that I had made, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I'm grateful for who I am today because I am so stronger, so wiser, so much more confident and bolder than I've ever been. So I'm grateful. And I'm grateful God chose me. And for a long time, I could not understand why he chose me. Like, why would you choose me? I'm not worthy to be called or chosen. It's like, God can see your mess and he sees something so beautiful in the midst of it. Things that humans don't see, It's like the very things that I was so ashamed of from my past or even in my current, God saw it. It's such a beautiful story to tell. It's such a beautiful message to bring out into the world. And I'm glad that he saw the best in me when I didn't even see the best in myself. I'm glad that God says that because I took everything that the enemy meant for my bad and turned it around for my good by being obedient, by hearing God call my name, by accepting the fact that I've been chosen, and for walking in obedience and doing my kingdom purposes. God chose me. And to be chosen by God is so awesome. It's so awesome. Imagine being rejected by man but chosen by God. That is a greater reward than any other thing that I can think of. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that he saw so much in me and that he sees so much in me, that he chooses me, his daughter, to encourage and uplift you guys. And I'm grateful. And so I said all of that to say this. It's a lot of things that you guys may have done or may even be doing that you're not proud of, that you're ashamed of, that makes you feel worthless. And you may feel like giving up. You may feel like just, keeping that brick wall up, just keeping your guard up, not letting anybody in. But I'm here to tell you that even in your mess, God can bring forth a blessing and a message. God can do some amazing things in you and through you that can change someone else's life. God can still, he can still light that lamp and allow people to see the light in you and allow people to see him in you. And I know it's times that God have revealed things to you that he wants you to do. Things that are specifically made for you, that was perfectly wrapped and gifted for you. And I know it's been many times that you may have laid in your bed or even in your prayer time and asked God, why me? Why me? Why do you choose me? Why do you trust me with this thing or these people when I'm a mess or I came from a mess or I've done this or I've done that? Why me, God? But why not you? Why not you? Should be the question that we always ask. It's amazing that God can trust you. It's amazing that God has chosen you in such a time as this. It's amazing how your past, no matter how ugly it may have been, can touch someone's heart, change their life and their world, and draw them back to God. That's awesome. And the sad thing about life and about being here in this earthly realm is that it's truly sad that us humans can't see the awesomeness in people because we so stuck on their past. We so stuck on what they used to be. We so stuck on the things that they can't change even though they don't live there anymore. To where we can't look at them in the spiritual eye and see the great blessing, the great gem, the royalty that they truly are. It was plenty of days, plenty of nights that I asked God, why me? And it was plenty of days and plenty of nights that God said, why not? And just like Samuel, when God called my name, I went everywhere but to him. I see everybody in every place but him. But I am so blessed and so grateful and so just at awe that when I finally made a conscious decision to just answer him, that he still was there with open arms to accept me back. Yes, I was a prodigal, and so are many of you. But the good thing about it is God is just standing there with open arms to welcome you back. He's a gentleman. He's just waiting on you. So please do not allow your past, your mistakes, low self-esteem, doubt, fear, any of those things to keep you from your God-given purpose. You should feel just at awe and honored that God has chosen you. Because as stated before, few are called. Many are called, but few are chosen. And you are one of the faithful few that he has chosen. So now, what are you going to do? I pray that you choose to be obedient. I pray that you choose to walk that path and do that kingdom work or assignment that God has given you to do. And then I pray that God gives you favor in that he has placed upon you to do. So don't allow the enemy to creep into your mind and make you doubt that you are chosen, to make you doubt that God set you apart, to make you doubt that God has gifted you and God has a purpose and a plan for your life. Always, always stay connected to the source, which is God. Always seek his face. Always pray and ask him for directions and instructions. Always cover yourself and cover your mind and your thoughts, because an idle mind is the devil's playground. He loves it there. What better place for him to attack? And just continue on that journey, knowing that it won't be easy at all, but it'll be well worth it. I pray that you guys got something from this message. I pray that it blessed someone on today. I pray that it has touched your heart, especially if you know that God has been pulling on you and that he has called you and has chosen you to do great works, and you have been walking in fear, or you have been walking in denial. But I pray that you make up your mind today to do what that is that he has asked you to do and that he placed on your heart to do, and that you be obedient, because the world is waiting on you. There's so many souls that is waiting on you. So guys, if you need prayer and you have any prayer requests, my email address will be placed in the description box below. Feel free to send me those prayer requests. I love standing in the gap and interceding for people. Also, if you want to sow into the ministry, all the information is listed in the description box below as well. And guys, I pray that you be blessed and a blessing.